What's up, guys? We're here, ready to start the vlog. But actually, you know what? This isn't gonna be your grandma's vlog because you're actually gonna see things through my eyes with these special glasses. So come on, let's go. So I started my day biking here on the river by Pontocho, and then I found this little spot where you could go and like park your bike, like an underground parking garage. And then I was walking through Pontocho trying to find a place to eat, and I came across this little place called Zala, I think it was. And I asked if I record. They said yeah, and so we went in and got seated, just me on this evening. And the place had a 418 yen cover charge, but they explained that that was for a free bowl of edamame and tea, so I didn't really mind. Especially considering that other restaurants in the Pontocho district don't offer these kinds of perks. And for tourism, cover charges can actually be a good thing. They support enhanced services like this, and it's transparent in this scenario. So I really didn't mind because it stimulates the local economy and it's good for tourism. I knew as soon as I came in there that I wanted some yakitori, but I also started to kind of look at the menu and I knew that I wanted to try something too. So I looked and the sashimi caught my eye, but I didn't know if I wanted tuna or salmon, so I knew that I was probably going to need some help. Luckily, it wasn't too long before the waitress came to take my order, and I knew that I could ask her.
I'll do a draft beer.
Draft beer, yeah.
And may I also have the chicken thigh yakitori?
Chicken thigh yakitori.
And which is better? Salmon sashimi or sashimi of tuna?
Yeah, better tuna.
Tuna?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll do tuna.
Oh, okay, tuna.
Okay.
While I sat there and waited on my tea to cool down, I kind of started thinking about, gastronomy and tourism and how, these types of experiences lead us to have enriching cultural moments. And I actually found this place because there was a guy sitting outside of the restaurant who was an employee, and he was just standing with the menu, kind of talking to people, bringing them over. And this was before I asked if I could record, so I didn't capture any of this. But, I was like, hey, I was thinking about doing some sushi, and he was like, oh, no, sashimi. And he pointed to it, and I was like, you know what, I've already had sushi on this trip. Why don't I go in and try sashimi? And here it is with them bringing it out. And it looks great. They got the soy sauce there on the side. I was already kind of digging into my yakitori. So this was the yakitori right here. It was chicken thigh, and I believe it had tare sauce on it, which is it's like a mixture of soy and like sugar and some rice wine, like mirin and sake. It was really good, really good, but I was honestly a little disappointed by how small the skewers were because I've had some pretty big ones. But moments between the waitress helping me order and the guy standing outside, food just really allows you to open up and not only just try new aspects of culture, but also, have interactions with people that you normally wouldn't have had. And it also is kind of a gateway. It makes having those conversations with new people a lot easier because you have something that you can immediately ask them. You have something you can talk about like super easily. I went straight for the soy sauce, and this is me trying sashimi for the first time, and it was a pretty thick cut, which I wasn't expecting, but I have to say I actually really enjoyed it with the soy sauce. It was really good, and I'm not that much of a fish person, but this was really good. So you can see there that this is a pretty traditional sashimi. It's got, your raw fish draped over long strands of white radish, and it's garnished with little green leaves. And it's got the soy sauce and the wasabi on the side, but I didn't start trying the wasabi till later. And when I did, oh boy. So here's me dipping it in the soy sauce with what you can see is a lot of wasabi, and I did not realize this going into this, but I quickly realized that this was the hottest wasabi I've ever had in my entire life. And this clip right here just encompasses it perfectly. You can see me just like shaking my head, grabbing my head, grabbing the table. Like, yeah, I was going through it here. But me being myself for the last piece of sashimi, I had to go again with a bunch of wasabi and go back through it because it was delicious altogether. And then came my favorite part of all meals here, which is taking out that wet towelette and using it. I think every place in America should have these. They're awesome. But yeah, that was my meal, and it really just reminded me why gastronomy and tourism are so intrinsically linked, especially here in Japan. And I think it's just because it allows for such opportunities as this. Just amazing nights and an amazing part of the world with amazing food.